Hello, my friends. Welcome back to The Rich Life, and I'm Joan. And today, well, is early in the middle of the night. I've been busy doing stuff, and it's like I was hungry because we ate early, and it's like I'm going to heat up some of this because I didn't do a video the other day when I made this. I made tacos, and so I got some beans in here, refried beans. I got my taco meat, got some taco sauce, and then I cut up some onion and some black olives. I forgot cheese, but that's okay. Save that for my girly people. And I got some Tostitos. So we're gonna have us like little nachos. So how's everyone doing? I gotta remember to sit back. So I'm always like this. I gotta sit back. Let's see if I'm getting this. I've been reorganizing and cleaning my house. I guess it's kind of like spring cleaning, but winter cleaning, I guess. Let's go garden. These are black olives, raw onion. I love it. I think my grandma ate raw onion. I think a lot of people born in the like 20s and 30s and before that, they ate a lot of raw onion. And what are they called? The onion with the green onions. My friend Mary King, I think her dad must have been about my grandma's age. He just loved onions all the time. He would just go pick up those green onions, pull them out, green onions, and wash them off outside in the hose, and he'd eat just onions. That's one thing about green onions. Once you get them planted, they'll come up all the time, every year. I was telling my aunt, I think it's Christmas. When we used to live in our parents, my grandparents' old house before they bought the new house. Back in, I think it's 60s or something, I bought it. One of the aunts, I think, built it, and when she died, my grandparents decided to buy it. So they moved. And I was telling her, I said, yeah, when we lived there, I said, under one side of the tree, let me see, it must have been on the east side, there was, asparagus growing. She said she didn't think her mother grew asparagus. I don't know. wouldn't live there very long. I just know asparagus, what I've heard, it takes them a long time to grow. I think it takes several years. It takes a long time. And so, it's probably why we never saw them again. I guess that's why asparagus are so expensive. But I'm gonna tell you, I think we got into that on that because it was Christmas and I made asparagus casserole. I had 4 cans of asparagus I've had for a while. I've been saving them because they're so expensive. It's like I'm gonna save them for Christmas, and they're because they're going to be starting to expire. I made all 4 cans, and they were the tiniest little things. I tell you, they're usually big. You can eat them; they're so delicious. But these things were just like little sticks, and most of them were like sticks. You try to eat them, and it's just like sticks. And so I was like, when you spend like $4 or $5, I don't know what they are like that, a can, you should get some nice asparagus. And it's like, I love them, but that's just the only one anyway. Unless those companies are going to refund me. Those companies should be embarrassed and ashamed. That's stealing. Because no one's getting their money's worth. I say it's stealing. You may say it differently. But nowadays, you have to watch where your money's going. I've only got 3 on here tonight. My Barnabas is outside. Barnabas is fixing to be 10 years old. Bulldogs don't live usually this long. I hate to think about it, but I think pretty soon I'm gonna have to put him to sleep. He's one thing, I think he's going deaf and blind, and he's just having a hard time. I don't want him to suffer, so I'm gonna at least try to get him to his birthday in July. We'll see. My Java, I had to put to sleep last year. He had this tumor in his stomach. The vet told me, he goes, where it's at, he goes, when they try to remove it, he'll just die. So we tried to give him this life, make him comfortable. The vet said he was surprised that he lasted that long. He lasted another like 4 or 5 years. And but it got to a point where he looked like he was pregnant with a calf. That's how big he was, really big, and he could only lay on one side. And so it was hard for me to make that decision. Well, my mother, she could never make a decision. So I finally just had to, when it had gotten so big and he was starting to pee everywhere. Thank goodness I have hardwood floors. You go through a lot of paper towels. I finally had to make a decision to put him to sleep because he was just so uncomfortable in pain. There's my son up again. I think he's having gallbladder problems. He refuses to go to the doctor. I forgot to cut off all of them. That's really good. I wonder what the percentage rate is for people who die from their gallbladder. I said this not too long ago. I never knew you could die from the gallbladder until my mother was having her hysterectomy, and we were waiting in the waiting room, and the surgeon came in and told the family that this man had died because of his gallbladder. And then I think it was not too long later, probably 9 years later, my friend Susan tells me that instead of going to see the doctor, she was going to Austin to see these healing, I don't know, kind of people, herbal people, because of her gallbladder. She didn't want to go get it taken out until it got so bad that she was rushed to the emergency room and she almost died because of her gallbladder. You can't be you can't waste your time on that. Well, I know a lot of people, well, they're scared to go to the doctor. A lot of people don't have health insurance, or to go see the doctor, the deductible is so expensive, high. You have to decide, do you want to pay a house payment, car payment, have electricity on, buy groceries? Or do you want to pay your health insurance? It's different when you got two people working. You got two incomes coming in. But when it's only you, then you have all your payment stuff. You just can't. You got to pick what you're gonna pay. Like I've said before, I'm gonna say it again. The government needs to give everybody, from the president to the homeless person on the street, health insurance. All this other crap, and I'm so glad to see that 99% of Americans are doing so well that they're able to go to the doctor's office and pay for medications and stuff, because I couldn't. I talk about this all the time, and it's like, nobody ever comments about this, and it's like, I can't be the only one to change this. And people in Washington, they all got money, so they're not concerned about regular people. They're not concerned about one thing about us. We're in everybody's business overseas, in other countries, which we need to be taking care of our own business. You take care of our people and our business first, then you can help other countries, other people. You gotta start at home first. I see my friends on Facebook and I was like, well, it's good to see y'all doing so well. They're always telling me, Joan, why don't you go to the doctor? Why don't you go get your medicine? I can't afford to go to a doctor. I can't afford no medicine. I take vitamins. I look things up and I try to make whatever myself. I do like a lot of Americans do. My kids tell me, Mom, why don't you go to the doctor? Why don't you go get your medicine refilled? Well, let me see. Maybe if y'all get off y'all's butt. Well, one has a job, but the other one, he don't got no job. And maybe if y'all would help pay for things around the house and pay electricity and insurance and water and cable and all this stuff. Y'all would help pay for stuff like that. Maybe I could afford to get some health insurance and get some medicine. But I can't do nothing when I got lazy children who won't help support the household, because my mother left the house to all three of us. It's not for just me to take care of it. It was supposed to be for all of us to be taken care of. And so I can't just throw them out. Sometimes I think about running away. Don't ask me where I go, because most of all my friends have died or they're all married. And so, yeah. I hate complaining and talking about politics. But you know what? Someone has to do it. Yeah, I think our mental health and our body health was all together. Like I said before, other videos, I don't understand why isn't your health insurance? Why doesn't it cover your teeth, your eyes, your mental, everything? Because it's your whole body. I don't understand it. It should cover everything. I remember once I got old enough to get health insurance, I assumed that was all in there. It's not. It's all your body. Makes no sense. It's because the insurance company are ripping people off. And those insurance companies need to give everybody $100,000 because y'all ripped us off for so long. This is so good. I'm getting full. I'm gonna go below. I probably think she comes on here playing. No, I'm just talking about life. If you've got health insurance and you're doing wonderful, you can just skip on along. Move on along. Because I know somebody out there who's got the same situation I've got. You can give prisoners health care and all that. You can give us regular people health care. You have to be very poor, not own anything, to get on Medicaid. The government doesn't want anybody to have anything. They want everybody to suffer. This is absolutely delicious. I'm glad I have another amount of this in the refrigerator for another meal. I could have heated it all up. I was like, I don't need that much. I wouldn't be able to eat it all. Thank you for all the new subscribers too. Make sure to subscribe. Like I said several years ago, I get 1 million subscribers. You still got going to give me that free trip. So, well, we were going to go over to England, Wales, you know, those countries over there. But, Scotland. I was going to take 2 of y'all with me. Have one of y'all, then y'all could bring a guest or whatever. But, my son go back and forth to the bathroom. It's ridiculous. Since I got sick and everything. Both my knees need replacing too. It's gonna be a lot of walking. If I get new knees, I get some health insurance. Maybe I can get some new knees. Maybe I can go with y'all. But at this time, got a long way to me. But like I said before, I keep all y'all's names when y'all subscribe. I keep them in a folder on my phone. So whenever it comes, if we hit that million, I'ma scroll through there to where it stops. Pick one of y'all, and that's how we're gonna pick out our trip winner. So, look, we're gonna try to get to 1 million subscribers. So, or like I said before, y'all probably think I forgot. I ain't forgot. You could go somewhere else. And I'll give y'all some money for spending cash and for food or something. But if you don't want a trip, like I said, I can always go to a travel agency or something, trying to figure out how much this where you want to go to would be, and I'm not doing like $100,000 one. That's ridiculous. You're just gonna have a normal trip to over there. I'm not doing these fancy palaces. You're gonna stay for $5,000 a night. It's not happening. You'll be having regular nights, days, and then I will give you the cash. I haven't seen any other YouTube people do that, so I will be the first. By what I've seen, because I hadn't seen nobody. It's not like I can see everybody. No, you can only follow so many people. I've said it before. When I first started watching YouTube, where I had my channels, I watched several people A bunch of people. You can make that little bill all black. My hair looks terrible at night. Oh, I haven't brushed it either. I took a bath earlier. I haven't brushed it yet. And, hold on, let me think what I was talking about. I think, what was I talking about? I hate when it does that. I thought it was from a sickness, but I've learned from Facebook, especially women, when you get over an age, you start having all kinds of memory losses and stuff. And plus, I don't have no pills to be taking all that. You're supposed to be taking estrogen pills and all. I don't have any of that. And it's like, you know what? My grandma and stuff, they never took none of that kind of stuff. Yeah, they did grow beards. You know, so I had to go out and light and pull your whiskers. But they never took any of those kind of pills. My grandma never took a pill. I don't think if she ever took anything, it was aspirin every once in a while. She didn't take nothing for her diabetes or nothing. They didn't have stuff like that back in the 70s and 80s. You try to take care of your diabetes by your diet. And damn, my son. I might have to make him a doctor's appointment. This is just ridiculous. Every time I try to make these videos at night, y'all watch these, you'll notice I keep seeing in and out of the bathroom. In and out, in and out. I think his gallbladder has gotten to a point where he's going to get that out soon. I know that's a problem. Let me tell you, I'll tell you about mine first, real quick. I don't know what I was talking about a while ago. It just left me. I went to see, I don't know what kind of doctor he is now. And I went to see, God damn my son. My other son would move out. I could go back to my other room where I was doing videos. Way on the other side of the house. Don't get disturb anything. Won't nobody disturb. Went to the doctor and he told me, he goes, Joan, he goes, I hadn't done anything yet. He didn't test anything. He goes, you're young. I think I was 30. He goes, you're too young to be having gallbladder problems. He goes, I don't think it's gallbladder. He goes, I'll go on and send you over. So when I had health insurance, and that's been almost 30 years ago. Seems like 10 years ago. He goes, I'll send you over to the hospital so they can do the test they need to for my gallbladder. A couple days later, my friend Susan calls me. She goes, your doctor's calling looking for you. I have no idea. I guess maybe I put her down as a contact or something. I don't know. Well, he called her looking for me. And he tells me, he goes, your gallbladder's got to come out now. He goes, it's very bad. He goes, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. He goes, it's very bad. He goes, I haven't seen a gallbladder that bad. I think I had to, I told him I was going to have to wait like about a month. Maybe school was fixing to be out. My kids were in school or something. I don't know. And he goes, well, if it starts doing this, whatever, he goes, go straight to the emergency room. And so, well, I made it to my surgery, and He said it was very bad. He gave me my gallstones. They were big. They were huge. I think it was 4 of them, about big ones. And let me say, if you keep them after a while, probably about 10 years, they turn to salt. I remember the first time I went out to eat. We went to the Golden Corral, me and my friend Susan. And I pulled those out in my little jar. I put them on the table. I was so proud of them. I was like, man, all that pain's gone. But then I finally figured out, every time you eat, you got to run to the bathroom. That's one thing about getting gallbladder out. I don't know what's worse, having your stomach hurting, I got to run to the bathroom. They're both terrible. And yeah. The lady comes up to me and she goes, what is that? She goes, you got some kind of rocks? And that's my gallbladder. That's my gallstones. I was so proud of them. I was like, yeah, I kept those for years. And he's trying to wake up. We're almost 40 minutes. So, yeah. I think he's having that problem. I might talk to him about it because he needs to get that taken care of. He'll have to work out some payments or something to the hospital or something. I don't know. I don't know what they do. I know I still got a hospital bill. I still got all of those bills. I had never opened them. Oh. I paid what I could. So. It wasn't my idea to go to the hospital. It was those firemen. I think they just need to take a collection and pay for it themselves. I didn't want to go. That was their doing. So, I don't know. They could just pick me up, put me in bed. I've been just fine. They didn't do nothing to me at the hospital. Sit there. Gave me some diabetes shots. They starved me. They didn't give me no water or nothing. I'll tell you what. They didn't even put me in the hospital. I was in the hospital 4 days. I know that. Same clothes for 4 days. Didn't ask, do you want to take a shower? Nothing. Worst service. I was like, one thing, y'all's service was terrible. I don't think I should have to pay for something that service was terrible. Yeah, wouldn't give me my results. Well, I'm gonna pay for something. They did heart tests and stuff. That one man, like I said, he was there for like an hour or so doing my heart. And I took a nap while he was doing all that. And it might have been 2 hours. I can't remember. It was a long time. And he never did give me my results for that. And they just gave me shots and starved me, wouldn't give me water. I went 4 days, no water. They didn't give me nothing to drink. I did have, I think, a little for breakfast, and they gave me a carton of milk and some black coffee. That was my fluids for the day. My son, one of my sons, they would go to the Sonic or bring me a drink from home. And, yeah. It was, terrible service. I wouldn't recommend our hospital in Bryan. I used to love them. Would I recommend them again? No. So, all right, let me let you go. We're at 40 minutes. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, click that bell notification, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.